Hi guys, my name is Subbie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi guys, my name is Subbie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you know exactly what to do. As you can see in the title of below, I'm having a Q&A. All these questions I was sent by Subbie, and we've been talking, and he's been telling me that he wants to do dentistry so bad. And like we just form conversations from time to time, ask me questions. So I just asked him to have a list of questions that I can answer for the rest of you guys here. But yeah, without wasting any time. Okay, so I drafted the questions here on my phone. First question, right? What qualities do I need to be a dentist, right? So, you know, being a dentist, you really need to have good communication skills. You need to be able to be a people's person. You need to be a people's person, because honestly, you don't want patients to be coming in and you're all losing stuff, you know? So you just need to be a good communicator. You need to be nice to people. You also need to be very artistic, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. You need to be artistic. You need to either acquire it or be born with it, because there's a whole lot of things that require you to do. You use your hands. You need to be artistic. And then, would you advise dental candidates to shadow dentists before applying? Definitely. Too many times we fall in love with the idea of being something, but you don't really know what it entails to be that particular thing. So if you shadow a dentist, then you know more or less what you're getting yourself into. You know what goes into the daily runnings of being a dentist, and everything that has to do with it. So if you could do it for a good week and still feel, okay, this is something I want to do, then go for it, rather than just going in blindfolded and you're not really sure what goes down just because when you say mang you're a dentist now, you also want to be one. You get what I mean? So yeah, third question is, dentistry hard? Ooh, child. All I'm gonna say is nothing worth having comes easy. I know, you just need to put in the work, man. But if you are consistent, which your girl works, but if you give it time, if you nurture it, then yeah, you sort of, people have made it, guys. Anyone can make it. If the next person did it, you know, don't look down upon yourself. But yeah, how do you balance your clinics and academic work? Okay, with me, I feel like clinical years are my best years personally, provided that you don't have other external modules that are really demanding while you're doing your clinics, you know? Because when you get to your clinical years, that's when you start doing your clinical subjects, right? So you can learn something in class, but as soon as you go into the clinical area, and then everything just goes and it makes sense. You get what I mean? But the problem is when you have your non-clinical modules like anatomical pathology, you need to give it so much time. But now if you have to give it so much time, and at the same time you just started clinical, then you're still trying to get your head around that, then it becomes difficult, you know? But at the end of the day, I think if you, in the first 3 months, then you are able to work around everything. You're able to structure what to do, when to do it. And yeah, that's what I think. What has been your favorite dental subject? Okay, it definitely has to be ortho, guys. Oh, orthodontics is me. Guys, I love orthodontics so much. I love orthodontics. But then with my current degree, I haven't really explored some of the things. So I feel there's still room for me to change my mind about what my favorite subject is, but thus far definitely is orthodontics. And then which year of study are you doing now? Okay, so now I'm in second, right? In 2020 I'm in second year because it's 2021 and we are still busy with the 2020 academic year. So in 2020 as things begin in, hopefully God takes his third year because of, but yes, I'm in second. What is your study strategy? Guys, and the study strategy. I feel like every module has its different strategy for me, but of late what I do is I print out notes, and then from those, like, you know, the slides that they used to present, I take those and then I have a study partner, and then we chill and like read through those notes, and should anything that makes sense we either go on YouTube videos, or we look at textbooks, and then we just like discuss while we are studying. Like it's a study group and not a discussion group type of thing. So for now that's what's working for me, because child, it changes all the time. But yeah, and then do dental students get trained on teeth or other parts of the body? Okay guys, dentists get trained on almost all the conditions, right, that exist in nature, you know, your hypertension and stuff like that. Because take for example, you have a patient with epilepsy, right, and they're sitting on your dental chair, and the next thing they get an episode. If you're not taught about these things, you wouldn't know how to then manage the patient. But because we are forced, okay, we learn these things. But because we learn these things on like in part of our curriculum, then yeah, you know, you can be able to handle. So when you have hypertension, like all those things that could possibly exist, you need to know about them. You also need to know about the types of medication that goes with each condition. Because then if you're gonna treat a patient and maybe you're required to inject the patient, then you need to know the medication that they're taking will contraindicate the type of local anesthetic you're using. Like there's a whole lot of things that goes into it. There's also the type of positioning that you put the chair in. That is also determined by whether the patient has any other systemic conditions or whatever the case may be. So it's very important that we learn everything. So yes, we do learn about all parts of the body, but more about the conditions that affect all parts of the bodies rather than the actual bodies. And then with anatomy, when they are teaching, they don't just deal with the face, you know, the head and neck, because no, it's from waist upwards, because I guess, yeah, I need to know. But yeah, lecturers approachable when needing consultations? Definitely, they are approachable. It's just that students don't use that privilege of actually consulting, because we are afraid of being in the limelight in lecturers' eyes or whatever the case may be. But they definitely are, not even gonna lie. What's the most challenging year in dentistry? Okay, personally, now I can't judge because I'm only in second year, so I can't necessarily say second year was the hardest, because I haven't really been in third year, fourth year, fifth year, so I don't know. But you know, there are rumors that it's third year. Like guys, I'm too gay, but it's fine. We move. Hopefully I'll do this video when I've done all the years and just reflect on each and every year. So yeah, is dentistry similar to medicine? I personally think it is similar to medicine, because number one, we have to have the same principle. We're all here to help people. We're all here to make sure that people don't get Western diseases. So I personally think it is. But if you're gonna talk about tiny things like working hours and stuff like that, then it's totally different. It's different. But yeah. And then let's see the next question. Did you have dentist friends before doing dentistry? Absolutely no. I do not know anyone who was a dentist until I started doing oral hygiene. That's when I started meeting all these people and making friends within the dental faculty and stuff like that. But before that, zero, nothing. Do you think your oral hygiene degree gave you a competitive edge? It definitely did. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I feel like I understand things better now. For me, it's like a revision for now, because there are there's a huge difference between oral hygiene and dental surgery. But I personally feel like having an oral hygiene degree kind of helped me understand it now, rather than my classmates who were fresh from matric and like they had to adapt everything, like start from the beginning. So I want to lie. Mario, when will you partake in the Pillow Pepper Train project? Okay, so normally at SMU, partake in the Pillow Pepper Train project in final year. I did that with my BOH, and guys, the experience is out of this world, out of this world, because this train visits communities that are really disadvantaged, you know, and I feel like personally that's where most dental issues are situated. So you get like a vast difference of these conditions. The only disadvantage is the people in these communities are not well educated about the different types of things, like treatments that exist in dentistry. So should that particular person have a problem, they rush to extract, you know. So, and once a patient wants something, even though you advise them to do something else, they like adamant to it, you know. So I could say that's the disadvantage. And then, how much do dentists earn in South Africa on average? Okay, so he also highlighted that I should talk about immediately after graduating and like 5 years, like when you have 5 years experience. You know? There's this YouTube video that I watched about salaries. That's where I'm taking these information from, and I'm hoping, well, I trust the person who put the information. I'll try to put the link below so that you guys can view it as well. But there are different like segments of earnings, right? So there's one, like if you're gonna work in an urban area, there's one if you're gonna have in hospital something. And then there's also if you're in a rural area. So it differs, right? Because the person who's in a rural area, they get rural allowance, and a person who's in an urban area doesn't get rural allowance, so it's different. But let's say you're not in an urban area and it's like your first year concept, talk about concept, you earn like 42k, that's after deductions and without pension. Like that's when you take everything, right? It's 32,000. And then if you are in an urban area, in a rural area, then you earn I think 48k. So I can say that's the bracket for ComServe, right? So then what happens in dentistry is once you accumulate the number of years that's required, I think the maximum is 10. I'm not sure if it's maximum, if you can go over that. But that's when you move from one grade to another grade. So there's grade 1, 2, and 3. I think it's into 3. I'm not entirely sure. But it takes approximately 10 years to move from one grade to another, and that's when the salary increases. But then you also get times where I guess your employer is very happy with the work that you're doing and you move faster. So you don't have to wait for the 10 years to elapse. You can 5 years or whatever the case might be. So it's not really a stipulated amount until you have experience. But I know for ComServe it's between 42k and 48k. Okay. Would you regard your supervisor? No, I did read that. Oh no, sorry. Would you regard your supervisors as your mentors? Definitely, 100%. Because literally everything you do in the clinic, your supervisor has to approve. And for approval, it means that you're doing the right thing, right? So yeah, they definitely are our mentors. Definitely. And then, okay, next question. Are you planning to specialize in future? Tricky, good chance. Wow. Well, I'm not sure, guys. Like, I'm really not sure. Like, school is too much. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But should I decide that I'm coming back to specialize, it would either be for ortho. Definitely, I mean, it'll either be for ortho, periodontics, yeah, or next spec. Like, next spec I'd like to meet somebody who's doing dentistry that hasn't considered next spec. I'm learning with it because, wow, I just feel like we are all bound to Khalela next spec because of the wow. Okay. Do you choose where you want to ComServe? So what happens with the ComServe process, right? You are given a list. You are given 5 options. I think it's 5 options for everyone. But you are given 5 options, and then from the 5 options you have to choose, I don't know, 2 tertiary, or secondary, or clinics. I don't know how they divide the 5, but then from there you have your base, like your first preference, second, and then your application is sent to all the 5 places that you personally chose, and then depending on availability, then they take you. So it's kind of like you choose for yourself, but at the same time they choose for you, because the last day in Alibor, you know, they'll just look at your options and choose from there for you. And then, what is your best advice for someone considering dentistry? You can do it. A lot of people have done it before us. You can do it. I'm gonna do it. I know that I'm gonna do it, so you can do it too. And then, are you planning on opening your own practice or working in the government or private? That's just another thing that I'm not sure about. I feel like I change all the time. 1 minute I want this, 1 minute I want that, so I'm not sure. But I feel like for now, right? I feel like I'll open practices, but my friend likes saying give a woo and partners. So what's in partners in the practice front, right? And then work for government, right? Because I personally feel like I don't want my entire life to revolve around dentistry. I have other business ventures that I'd like to pursue. So I'd rather have work in government and then pursue all these other businesses aside. You know? That's like the ideal situation for me now. So we'll see after this degree how I feel. But we'll decide. And again, the universe decides. So we'll see what Mother Nature says. And then, is there a work-life balance in dental school? Personally, I feel like time you make, guys, you know? You make time. I'm not going to lie to you. There's other people that's going to say, no, dental school is demanding. It is demanding, but you make time. You know, I make time. I know I make time. I'm making time to make this video, so I make time. So I think personally for me, I make it work. It has a whole lot of procrastination and everything involved all wrapped in one, but I personally make it work. And then, have you ever had a crush on a lecturer? No, I haven't. However, there was this one doctor. He wasn't really a lecturer, but he was up there in management or something. I just felt like he has his life together. He when he walks in, he demands respect. You know, the type that they couldn't dignity as twins. Yes, I felt that about one lecturer, but it wasn't necessarily a crush. No, it wasn't. So I didn't have a crush. I've never had a crush on a lecturer. Have you ever felt like giving up on dental school? So many times. Yo, so many times, especially last year. Yo, dental school was rough. But yeah, guys, it's always that thing, Yahuri. You want to give up and then something pulls you back, you know? There is remembering why you started brings you back, or what motivates you now brings you back, and yeah, you wake up. I feel like everybody goes through that, not just in dentistry, but yes, that's my answer to this question. And then, is the teamwork, this is the last question, guys. is the teamwork amongst dental students. Okay, here's my take on it, right? I feel like everybody judges everybody's character, you know? So if I'm a person who's talkative, who's always engaging with people, who's always laughing, then I feel it's easier for somebody to approach me and ask me for help. And then I feel like I wouldn't go to a person who's like always in class or whatever the case. I wouldn't go to that person. So it depends really on your personality and the personality of those people around you. But for me, because of my personality, there's definitely teamwork. Definitely teamwork. So yes, that was the last question. Thank you to Lazi. Shout out to Lazi for all these questions. If you have more questions, you can just comment down below. Otherwise, just like, share this video because sharing is caring. Until next time. Bye!